Good day, everyone. Session Johnson here from the Street Video once again. And of course, I trust that you had a decent day, that you are able to relax now and watch this video, and that you can definitely go on this journey with me. As it says in the title, we'll be speaking about, in my opinion, the players that I think should be leaving the club at the end of the season, whether on a free or being sold or even sent out on loan at least, because there are quite a few players at the club who should not be here and definitely don't deserve to be here. Not just based on quality, but also based on attitude, based on application, and based on just a general review over their time at the club since they signed. And of course, as I've said, continue to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. And also continue to like and subscribe to the channel here on YouTube, as we like to grow to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. We can only do so with your help, so definitely help us out, please. Anyway, on to the video now. And of course, I'm going to go via the position. So I'll go from the goalkeeping department and move all the way to the striking department. And we will just generally go through the players that I think, as I've said before, in my opinion, that should be sold at the end of the season. So with the goalkeepers, I don't think it's that much. It's just self-explanatory. Obviously, Tom Heaton and Lee Grant are well past their sell-by date. They should definitely be going, so we should be getting a backup goalkeeper in. Dean Henderson, I definitely think will be leaving. I don't think he wants to be on the bench another season, and he probably and does see himself as a number one goalkeeper. And if he wants to be number one for England, it won't be done here by Manchester United, so he will definitely have to leave. So in the goalkeeping department, both Tom Heaton, Lee Grant, and Dean Henderson should definitely be going. Self-explanatory, as I've said it before. In the defensive positions, now here is where it gets interesting. So with our right back positions, we basically only have Delo and Wan-Bissaka. Now, of course, Delo is the better defender going forward, and Wan-Bissaka is the best defender in one-on-one defending situations. So between the two of them, I'd honestly rather see Wan-Bissaka leaving, but that's not going to happen because of contract, because of his wages. And there's quite a few players with that same aspect that won't be leaving, even though I would like for them to be sold. But of course, we don't have much, players in the right back position. We do have Ethan Laird that's out on loan, but we'll have to see what happens when he returns. Likewise with Brandon Williams, we can only see what happens when they return and what the new coach, whoever it might be, Erik ten Hag or Thomas Tuchel, etc., they will have to decide for themselves if they want to keep the low, keep Wan-Bissaka, keep hold of, Ethan Laird and Brandon Williams, but time will tell. Just in my opinion, I do believe that even though Wan-Bissaka is the better defender between the two right backs, Delo and Wan-Bissaka, I do believe Wan-Bissaka should be the one to leave because he's just not good enough to play for Manchester United. Just not good enough. Moving to the centre-back positions, unfortunately, let me start about the big one. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's era started with him buying Harry Maguire. The new manager's era has to start with selling Harry Maguire. But again, same situation with Wan-Bissaka. It's not going to happen. He's the captain, might be the captain, till the end of the season and also beyond. He is 80 million pounds and he's English, so he'll probably be staying at the club. But I would prefer for the new manager to come in and sell him. If you can improve him, fantastic. But in terms of overall quality, we do see on a game by game basis, he is just not good enough. And if he wants to be good enough, he will have to improve his own performances and improve his own ability as a defender for us in order to stick around at the club. Otherwise, it's tickets for him. I do also believe that Eric Bailly and Phil Jones might have to leave the club. Poor Eric Bailly doesn't play as much, and I think he would be better off playing for another club. A lot of managers have come in and have always seemed to put him on the sidelines, and he doesn't have a very good injury record. So I also think Eric Bailly should be the one to look elsewhere to find, first team football. And I'm sure that he will. I'm sure that we potentially can lay him off. But of course, new manager comes in, perhaps can improve him, perhaps might see him as a starting centre back. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I don't think anyone else obviously knows about Phil Jones. Definitely should be sold. We can't keep him around for much longer. We really can't. It's self-explanatory with regards to him. That is it in the centre-back positions. And left-back, of course, we only have Telles and Shaw. I don't think either of them will be leaving. Both of them will try and improve and obviously stay at the club. So they will continue to fight, in terms of the left-back position. If a manager does bring in another left-back, then great for him. But of course, we also have Fernandes, who is playing in the youth team and the under-23s, who is doing well at left-back. So keep a watch out for Fernandes, who might break through next season into the first team. Into the midfield positions now, of course, we do know 100% that Pogba is leaving, so by all means, he will definitely be out of the door. Personally, on another level, Lingard will also be leaving. Kind of a waste of a player, should have been gone 2 seasons ago already. So Pogba and Lingard are definitely leaving. Donny van der Beek might definitely have an opportunity should we get Erik ten Hag as the coach. So who knows? We will have to wait and see on that one, whether he returns to the club and stays or leaves. But again, as I've said, Erik ten Hag might completely turn his head and make him stay. So in midfield, Pogba, Lingard, Mata, and Matic. And even if we can get rid of a Fred or a McTominay, I'd rather have us get rid of McTominay other than Fred. Fred is still able to do the business. He can improve more. McTominay, I think, is just, a pure passionate player, who's able to run and tackle, but he's just not good enough off the ball and on the ball for us in terms of midfield. And that is why I say Pogba, Mata, Lingard, Matic, and McTominay are the ones who should definitely be leaving, in the summer. On the wings, of course, there's not much to be spoken about there. Elanga broke into the first team, so he won't have any issues with regards to being left from the club. I don't even think he will go out on loan. Rashford has come out and has said that he wants to leave the club and is looking elsewhere because of lack of game time. I think that it's just him complaining, but you know what? In my opinion, maybe I think it is time for him to go, because he hasn't done much. He hasn't improved. His career has stagnated. And maybe it's best for all parties that he does leave the club. But of course, anything can happen. Reports came out saying that he's going on a particular holiday. So hopefully he can, get his mind right and come back sharp, elite, and, basically show why he is the number 10 for Manchester United. And who knows, will probably be here next season. But if push comes to shove, he's another player that will definitely be leaving, and I'm sure clubs will be lining up to sign a player of Marcus Rashford's quality. And of course, up front, we know Cristiano Ronaldo will definitely leave should we not qualify for the Champions League. But of course, Edinson Cavani has also said that he will definitely be leaving at the end of the season. So that's 2 players already gone. Martial, we're not too sure. Will he come back? Will he potentially try and stay? It is dependent on the coach, of course, that gets, signed by Manchester United. But of course, if Martial leaves, he will definitely be leaving. In my opinion, I would like him to stay. I don't think that he should be leaving. He's still a quality player on his day and can definitely do well for the team under the right manager. That is just it, the players that I would think, in my opinion, who should be sold from back to front once again. The goalkeeping department, Tom Heaton, Lee Grant, and Dean Henderson should be leaving. In defense, Wan-Bissaka, Harry Maguire, Phil Jones, Eric Bailly are the 3 that I think should be leaving. In centre-back, of course, left-back doesn't have a problem. In midfield, it's Pogba, Lingard, McTominay, and Matic and Mata, who I think should definitely be leaving. And of course, Marcus Rashford is a bit up in the air, but we've seen crazier things in football. That is just my opinion on the players that I think should be leaving. Drop your comments below about who you think should be sold by the club at the end of the year in the summer. And of course, if you want to, definitely tell me who you think we can replace them with or bring into the club for the new season potentially. Thank you guys for joining me. Continue to like and subscribe to the videos on YouTube. We want to grow to at least 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Have a wonderful day and evening further. That is it, me, your host from the Stretford End. Goodbye.